Hey there, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Oh, a little harried after a round trip airport run for my girlfriend, but I'm doing good. I made it.
Speedy.
Yeah, 75 miles an hour.
This is going to be an awesome podcast tonight episode because it's going to be your first podcast from your own logo channel.
I
So,
know.
so I can't really say welcome to Within the Cardroom because I feel like no, I'm taking that away. So,
No, we can say
welcome
that.
to the Medium Red Show. There we go.
And Shared.Paranormal and
Yeah. Yeah, tonight, Medium Red is going to not actually go solo, but she is starting her adventures in podcasting on her own channel and Facebook as well. So I hope everybody just jumps over there on her Facebook and give her some support. And when she gets a YouTube channel up, she'll be streaming from there too as well. We do have her website up. Excellent reader, for she can do anything. She, wow, just trust me. So,
woman of many hats.
oh, but who do we have tonight?
Well, we have Shared Paranormal, David Wells, and his team. He just completed his Paraunity conference at Pere Cheney in Michigan. And so we're going to be talking to them about the evidence that they received and talk about how I kind of helped him a little bit. He's going to have to pick my brain again because I don't remember everything. So, but with that being, what's that?
I say we both will pick your brain.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to have to go deep into the recesses when I'm channeling. It's difficult for me to remember everything afterwards. So, but yes, without further ado, let's bring on David Wells, Shared Paranormal, and his team. We have Lily Cooper and Keely. Welcome, guys. How are you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Great. How are you?
Good.
I'm good.
Good.
Wow. How long has it been for the event? That was like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I think so. Right before Pere Cheney.
Oh, wow. I want to hear about the event, but I want to hear about the investigation. I want to hear it all, David. So I am just going to step aside unless I have a question. I'll pop in. And Medium Red, it's your show, hon.
Thanks. Well, David, I just want to turn the reins to you and have you start talking about Pere Cheney and start with, I want to hear about the car, wink, wink, and show pictures. And so go for it. It was a wonderful It was a wonderful investigation.
So yeah, unfortunately, Maddie's not here, but she could contest to the fact that um, when we arrived to the area, we were searching for a good spot for camp, and we stopped, found a pretty nice spot with a nice fire ring, and we got out of the car and we're looking around, and on the passenger side of the car, there were little handprints. And I had washed the car that morning before I took the trip, so there was nothing on the car whatsoever. And they were small hands. You could see actually swirls and loops in the fingerprints, as if somebody had transferred dirt from the road onto the car. I tried to recreate it with my own hand. Didn't work. The dirt just fell right off. So apparently we had a welcoming committee when we were driving on the way to the campsite, which was just amazing. And as we were talking about the one, there's a reel on the Shared Paranormal Facebook page that I right away I jumped out and started recording. I said, I need to record this, Maddie, because it's just, I don't believe it's happening. But as we were talking about those handprints, some other handprints actually appeared on the car. So it blew my mind, actually.
He sent me photographs and it was crazy. Like he was putting his hand up, he put his hand up, to to it. And then Maddie put her hand up on it. And you could totally tell, like, their hands were way too big in order to recreate that small handprint. It was incredible. So yeah, wild. We have a photograph that David took, so we could show the audience that. He's looking for it. Can you find it, Chrissy?
Yep, it's coming. Sorry, I was on mute. Yes,
It's okay.
Coming up. Just give me a second here. We got it. I hope. There. Okay. And this is the handprint one. And there we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
You can see it's low on the car, like somebody was reaching towards the window. It's quite a ways down. But later on, when the other one appeared, there was actually part of an arm imprint going up to the fingers. And then I didn't get a picture sent to you guys, but on the front, the other door, this is the back door, the front of the car, the passenger side door had like just 3 fingers showing up on there. So,
and it was only on one side of the door, on one side of the car, right? It was only on the passenger side of the car.
Which is kind of odd because, the rumor is that if you park at the cemetery, that's when it happens. You go back to your car and there's handprints. But we didn't stop on the way to the campground. We never stopped. So they must have done this as we were passing through the cemetery. So they wanted to make sure that they showed up. Yeah.
And there had been, you had said that, like, that there's children there, and that people have talked about having, handprints or fingerprints on their car or on their window and stuff like that. So it was to be expected, but not expected, which is really cool.
Not like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's something. That's when I saw that, I was like, wow.
And then you said that you felt like, you all the way from like that until the moment you left, there was just like activity throughout the entire time that you guys were there.
Everything was heightened, and I kind of knew that. I went up and did a promo. I think it was probably about 5 weeks before, and I was just standing on the tracks looking in the woods. If you want to go way back on my reels, you can find it on page. But I got this overwhelming feeling that they're all just like, we're waiting to talk to you. Come on, beckoning me in. It's like, well, there's still snow and ice on the ground, so I'm not coming in yet.
A little too cold.
Wow.
And then you were tell us about like Lily was doing. Didn't Lily do a Estes Box session as well?
Yes, at the museum right there by the Pere Cheney. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
There's also a reel of that on the page. Her and Maddie. We're connecting with Lily. Mostly we're connecting with. Was it Sarah that you were connecting with, or how did that go? Run us through that a little bit. I was there standing watching, but
Yeah, so we had interactions with a spirit named Sarah that's in the museum earlier that morning. And we were down there for quite a while before we went upstairs. And once we got up there and had gone over to the Pere Cheney exhibit, I had sat down to do an essay session in hopes to contact with Sarah. And I could hear like a little girl's voice that was saying like Sarah, Sarah, I'm Sarah. And then it sounded like there was a man trying to talk over her. So it was kind of hard to hear her and his voice was kind of muffled too. And then at one point it wasn't in the it wasn't doing the Estes method. It was like I had heard it in my head. She's mine. That's what I had heard from the male spirit.
He said she's mine.
Yes.
Oh wow! I wonder if they
Yeah.
were related then. Maybe like a father and a daughter type of situation. Maybe.
That's what the president, Gail Thomas, was thinking. She thought that it could have been Chief Shopnagon and his daughter because that was the Native American room. However, that used to be the school room before that was the Native American room. That's where Sarah likes to hang out at, is that room specifically.
And that makes sense then, yeah.
As soon as we walked, let me just interject something. As soon as we walked into the museum, I got out the death bell and cat ball, and both of them were getting interaction. So I barely had the bell turned on; it was going off. So that was great.
Wow. Is that
Let's
the
talk
same?
about the taxidermy room.
Is that
Or
the
you wanna
same
wait?
place? Yeah, correct. Go. Yeah, I was just gonna say that's what I was gonna say. Go for it.
The next part, okay. I do have this on video. I have to edit it down, and I will post it. But there's a what's his name? Lily. I know the last name is Bear. Is it Art?
Fred Bear.
Fred Bear. And I guess
Yep.
he was he made compound bows in Michigan, had quite a successful business, and he was a hunter, a big game hunter. And the display room that has a lot of taxidermy has a beaver and a couple of cats, and I think maybe there was a bird or something in there. How many animals are in there, Lily? You know, do you remember?
There's like at least 3 or 4, I want to say,
A couple
along
of,
with some antlers and stuff.
yeah, antlers and that kind of thing. Well, we had the bell set up on the left, and the EMF meter on the right rail. There's a rail that goes all the way around, so nobody can touch the taxidermy. And the only difference with the ones that were there is one of them was a lynx, and it was in a glass box. So Maddie was doing the session. She was asking all the questions, and it was kind of steering to, are you a person? Well, the EMF meter went off because they were kind of telling it, make that no and make the bell ring for yes. So she said, are you an animal? The bell goes ding. Now, mind you, all this time, the bottom of the bell was thumping, like something was trying to get to the plunger and make it ring. So we're sitting there like, that's really odd. I've never seen the bell do that. If you're going to ring it, just ring it. And I was saying the whole time, don't be shy, just ring the bell. So I think Maddie asked Lily, did she ask, are you a cat or are you in, she said, are you in the box, right? I think.
Yeah.
She said, are you in the box? Bell goes ding. And we're like, no way. This is not happening. And she goes, are you the lynx? Ding. You know, and yeah, it was wild, but we were communicating with the spirit of the lynx that was in a box. And I had the theory that the bell was thumping because the cat was trying to figure out how to reach the bell and ring it, like her little paw was going, you know. So it all fell into place. It was amazing.
It's wild because, we've had Chrissy and I've had on a friend of mine, Natalie Lucia, who is she's basically a medium. She's a medium, but she kind of specializes more in animal communication for people that have lost loved pets and things like that. And she says, they communicate the same way, basically. It's just not even like necessarily a voice. It's not necessarily like speaking like a voice, but they'll communicate through like scenes and tell you things through pictures. So I mean, I was blown away because that's the first time I've heard about it. When you were telling me about the lynx responding, I was like, dang, that's awesome.
We were all kind of blown away on that. We had a couple instances that we were all blown away collectively with that weekend. But Maddie was asking a lot of really smart, qualifying questions, I think. And she was like, I think one of her questions was, do you understand letters? So, ding, So, yeah, it was open communication. So, and I jokingly said, "Are you a beaver?" EMF goes off. No, I'm not a beaver. So,
but it was a cat.
It was
a large cat. That's incredible. Wow. So, what are some other things that occurred that you guys want to talk about?
Lily?
I remember one of the questions that Maddie had asked was, to the lynx was, do you have a name other than the name that humans have given you? And the EMF went off, no.
That's concrete evidence that you're dealing with an animal. I love that. That's awesome. Does it have a name? Did somebody name it in the museum?
I don't think so. It didn't say anything. It's just, other than lynx, that's about it.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes, people name the taxidermy, certain names like this is Fuzzy. I don't know. I was curious if somebody in the museum had named him that. That's incredible.
When the stairs going upstairs, you had a lot of activity. I heard a lot of noise on the ladder.
Oh, yes.
People coming up and down the stairs when we were up there. And footsteps. Now, I was watching the video. I put a static camera on the other end of the hallway from where they were doing their SD session. And like I said, I need to edit this as well and get it posted. But there were footsteps going in the hall. When we were not there, when we left, there were footsteps going down the hallway.
That's incredible. I love that.
That American Indian display had a lot of vibes, for sure, because that land is Old Potawatomi land, I believe.
And did you went out to the cemetery too and obviously investigated as well, right?
Yes, we did. We did an SD session. I did an SD session. I was the subject of one for a few minutes. And I have a different web method. I kind of like rapid fire. If I think it sounds like something, I just blurt it out. So I got a couple things that made sense, but not really. Lily, you did one as well. We really didn't get a whole lot of speech during anybody talking. What did you hear on your session, Lily?
I did a couple of them at the cemetery. The first one I think was the most significant because I had heard one of the things that I heard was last to death, and I don't know if that was like they were the last to die in the town. I don't know if it meant that they were the last to die from the disease. And then shortly after, I had gotten another word, and it was Berlin. So I don't know if he was from Berlin or served in Berlin. There is a spirit at the cemetery. His name is Augustine Odell. So I don't know if he was from Germany or something, but he's out there in Pere Cheney. I don't know if I was talking to him in that time. But yeah, it was really interesting. The second one was slightly interesting too because it said up north Michigan and then it had said Pere Cheney. I had also gotten my husband like almost kind of just like real quick, just kind of just like that. And I had heard a couple voices talking about the session. They had known that I was doing it. Just very strange, but also really cool in the same sense. And then Another thing that was also really strange was the first time that I was doing the ESSA session when I gotten like last to death in Berlin. It sounded like a man just kind of went like ha, just like real quick, just kind of like a laugh, just like ha. I don't know. It was just very interesting though.
I think I heard that when I was doing mine as well. Some kind of laugh or something. But it was
And
more
that,
like you said.
what, that was in the cemetery, Lily, too?
Yeah, that was right outside. That was in the parking lot. It was just like a. It was talking about like laughs to death, and then it was just like ha, and
Wow.
I'm just like, wow, okay.
Something
Well,
notable, I put a static camera on the stump that was supposedly where the witch, which I don't think, I think she was a healer, I don't think she was a witch, but where she was allegedly buried, and I put it on video, and she had been recording video the whole time, and after about a minute, it switched over to photo mode on its own, because I went back to pick it up, and that's all I had was like a minute 17. And we were out there for way longer than that. So somebody didn't want video.
she didn't want video. Definitely didn't want video. Well, and it was interesting when David and Maddie arrived. You know, he was texting me and sending me information, and I was telling him, like, you know, in the cemetery there's, and it's funny, I learned this from a investigation here locally, when, and then subsequently I've learned from other cemeteries that they'll appoint somebody within the cemetery to be like a mayor or a governor. The one that I spoke to in locally here, he said, I'm the mayor for the cemetery. So it was a title that he's given himself, and sometimes they self-appoint themselves. But I was telling David, I'm like, there is a guy that calls himself the mayor of the cemetery, and he's literally pacing back and forth and back and forth. And he's very anxious about talking to David and his team, but more importantly, to make sure that David's going to be respectful and that this isn't going to be like the cemetery being looted or like there's going to be vandalism or anything like that. And I said he was very, very nervous about that. So I know David was going to go out and talk to him and tell him, like, hey, you know, we're respectful. We're going to be here just to talk to you and hear your story. And so it was wild. And then David saw also at night some tall, where they were really tall, right, David?
Yeah. Well,
Is that
the first one that stepped out of the tree line was kind of a normal size, like a human size person, whatever.
Which could have been the mayor.
It might have been. And it was kind of a greenish silver color. It wasn't something I thought that I'd be seeing, but I took off and started walking towards it because I wanted to make sure nobody was messing with us. And literally, the closer I got, the higher my fear level went. And I'm usually not afraid of that kind of stuff, but I turned around. I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to know who that is, because the girls were like, "Where's he going?" I took off walking. Like they had no idea what I was doing. But when I got back, we all saw another figure come out of the tree line, and this was tall, long arms, long legs, and it started running fairly fast along the tree line, and then it just kind of dissipated, just kind of disappeared into nothing.
There's a lot of elementals I picked up on. Definitely elementals, water elemental and land elemental, definitely with the location. It was wild. But then when I kind of said that and then he validated it, I was like, yep, I'm definitely picking up on elementals in the cemetery. And they all work in tandem together, like the entities that are in the cemetery and the mayor and then the elementals, they all get along. There's like no distinction between like they're there and they're there. Nope. I mean, they literally like look out for each other, which is really interesting.
And then when we went back to camp, they decided they wanted to leave because there was something traipsing around in the woods, and I was standing on the edge of the campsite with my light, and it didn't come any closer, but it was standing between two trees.
Oh, wow.
And we hadn't even made a campfire yet. I got everything ready to go, but we hadn't made a campfire yet. And somebody said, I think Maddie did a tarot session there, and she got 4 elements cards. One of them, the fire one, was upside down. And my theory was, well, they want us to have a fire. They want to see what we're going to do with the fire. It's not lit, In my opinion, that's what we should have had. If the fire was going, maybe they would have took off. But at that point, we all went to the hotel instead of staying out.
Lily was probably happy for that too.
I was, and I was getting eaten alive by ticks, so I was very glad for that. It is really strange though, because that night when we got back and you had told us, "Oh, go back out to the campsite with tobacco because there's elementals out there." When Maddie was doing her tarot session, it was like tarot or oracle cards. I can't remember which ones they were, but the first one that fell out was tobacco, and then the rest of them was a line of the elemental cards. Most of them were water. There was like water and hurricane and like just a few water symbols, but all of them were elemental, like fire, earth, water, air, like very elemental.
Thank you for that validation.
And the wind was picking up a little bit, so. But yeah, ticks were bad. They didn't bother me. They don't like me apparently.
Oh, they would have liked me then if they liked Lily, because Lily's a redhead, so they would have liked me too. I don't know what it is. I could stand next to my husband outside and I get sucked dry from mosquitoes, and they don't even touch him. So it must be Lily. We have sweet blood.
It must be.
So to be clear, I was not on this investigation physically. So what I did was I was helping Maddie, Lily, and David out by remote channeling. And I've done that before where I'm able to help them out in locations, other teams, etc. I don't actually have to be in the location to kind of be able to help people. So, but this is probably the one that's been like the furthest away for me, being that I'm in Arizona and they were in Michigan. So it was very fun to be able to use my gift to help them out. I was really happy that David asked me to help them out with that. And then I was really interested in touring an Estes box session where I would be here in Arizona, and I had my husband sit in the room with me, and we did it through. Did we do it through Facebook Live? I can't remember how we ended up doing it.
We couldn't do video. I had the video, static
That's
video,
right.
but we had to do, Facebook Live audio only at that point. I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had the earphones
It was
on.
like 10 minutes of it or something, I think.
What's
10
that?
minutes. I said it was like 10 minutes of it that I saw, or 7 minutes or something. It was really short, but yeah, you both was on there talking about it.
And so I had my headphones on and I closed my eyes. So I had Tim sit here, and he was actually even kind of blown away because he hasn't really even watched this. He's never really integrated into my world in the sense of watching me do, what I do. So he was kind of blown away because I guess some of the questions they were asking, the answers were lining up to their questions. And of course, I don't know what the questions were yet. I still don't even know what the answer. I don't even remember the answers, to be honest. But so he was here to be able. So when David say, "Okay, we're done," then he can tap on my shoulder and kind of get me out, so that I am no longer sitting there doing this. But it was wild because David said in our little recap, we did a little recap video that you're probably referring to, and we were talking about it, and he was saying, I wonder, he says, my name came up, was it twice, David?
Yeah, I think so.
And hospital. And he was in the hospital, 6 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And
it said hurt, and then hospital, and then my name, I think.
Yeah. So,
what?
So they knew. I mean, they clearly knew, him and knew about what had happened. So it was wild. But I'll let you guys talk about that a little bit more, because I really don't know what you guys asked and how the questions lined up with the answers, etc. So
pretty spot on, if you ask me. We did an EVP session before we did the SD session, and the outside door came open on its own, and then the upstairs door came open right after the outside door opened up. And Lily asked, or maybe Maddie did, are you the person that opened the door and went upstairs? And we were all standing around a circle, and she played it back, and it said, I did. just clear as a bell, and we were all both like, what? Yeah, it was very clear. And then I think there was something else that said too, right, Lily? Before that, like ha, maybe or something.
There was a lot that happened in that cabin. I may have heard a laugh. I know I had heard my name, like, because I had asked if they would repeat it back to me, and it sounded like a man's mumble in the cabin somewhere, just like very almost inaudible, very quiet. But I was able to pick it out, and then me and Maddie had asked how many were in there, and I had heard like a disembodied voice or like something in my head whisper four. I don't know if it was referring to like us three plus one or if there was four of them. Um, but it was very interesting, especially like when David was outside and he was doing the live like filming the outside, and me and Maddie were inside of the cabin, and the cabin door, the entrance closed and the stair door open, and it was just like you could feel that energy just standing right there, just very powerful energy.
Very overbearing male spirit, I think.
Yes.
You picked up on that a lot, Brad, about when you were doing your SD session. I think there was
Yes.
an overbearing male, and I think there was a demure female spirit there. And
Wow.
when I went, I explained this before, this is going to sound really weird, but I went outside to check on the car because there were some cars driving by really slow. And as soon as I exited the cabin, I had no idea where I was. My mind went blank. I felt like I just stepped through that portal from Star Trek, where that's like you step through from another time. And I was like very disoriented, and I'm not that kind of person. It wasn't a physical issue. It was just for a second I couldn't find my way. I'm like, where am I? I'm in the dark, And it could. My theory was it could have had something to do with the spirits. I don't think they leave that cabin very often. I think they're pretty much stuck there because they moved the cabin from downtown. All the other cabins were destroyed, and this one is out in the middle of nowhere. And I think that they just live their life every day in that cabin. And when I went back into the cabin from being outside, my equilibrium was really off. The floor was uneven, granted, but Lily and Maddie even said, "Are you okay?" Because I wasn't really walking right. It took a lot out of me. I don't know what it was, but like I said, I just got the feeling that I'd come in and out of a time warp of some kind. Maybe that makes sense.
Walk through the veil.
Oh yeah,
Totally. Yeah, that's wild.
Well,
Lily,
I
did you
think.
do something like that?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Chrissy.
Sorry.
I think we can take a break for 10 minutes. Then we'll switch over to Shared.Paranormal, where David's going to talk more. And we got some pictures that we are going to show too, as well. So, but everybody just stay put. And
Perfect.
we are going to be back safe.
Oh, Chrissy, you froze. Uh-oh. You there, Chrissy? Uh-oh. She froze. And she's got the audio and everything.
And
Are you
listen
there?
to some. Oh,
There we go. There she's back. Okay.
Oh, there. We'll be right back. Okay, so hang on, everybody. And we'll be back in
10. Okay. We're not broadcasting.
About things that you saw while you were there, but I didn't want to interrupt. Like, do you have any clue, like, who left the handprints on your car, like, specifically? Or was it just, like, the children in the town or something?
between of time and space. Hear us, our mother. Heal is in the place. Hear us, our mother. Heal us in this place. Hear us in this place. Hear us in this place. Heal us in this place. Heal us in this. Hear us in this place. Hear us in this place. Hold us in this place. Hear us in this place. Earth, I am the patience beneath your feet, the long remembering of stone. I hold the weight of every story and never ask it to be lighter. I am clay under fingernails, roots learning the shape of dark. I teach stillness without silence, strength that does not need to rise. I am bones and boundaries, the place where falling ends. I turn endings into nourishment and time into belonging. Air I speak in breath and listening, in the pause between two thoughts. I am the unseen messenger that carries prayer, song, and doubt. I rattle windows and stir curtains, lift leaves into brief wild dances. I am freedom without a body, touching everything held by nothing. I live in lungs and language, in names whispered and truth spoken. I am the sigh of letting go, the wind that changes direction. You do not see me, but you know me by what I move. Fire, I am hunger that learned to sing, the yes that breaks the silence. I am spark and warning, both the truth that refuses to whisper. I dance because stillness would kill me. I devour what no longer serves. I am the courage to begin again, even with trembling hands. I do not promise gentleness, I promise change. Come closer if you dare. Leave something behind if you must. Water, I am what feels first and explains later. I arrive as rain, as tear, as tide. I do not ask permission to soften you, I only wait. I remember every hand that touched me, every name spoken into my depths. I carry grief without judgment and joy without spilling it. I change shape to survive, become stillness, current or storm. I teach that yielding is not surrender, and depth is not danger. Hear us in this place. Hear us in this place. Heal us in this place. Hear us in this. Hear us in this place. Hear us in this place. Hear us in this place. Hold us in this place. Hold us in this place. Spirit, I am the space that holds the flame, the breath inside the breath. I am the silence before naming and the echo after prayer. I have no edge, yet touch all things. I move through bone, leaf, and star. I am not above you, I am within you. I am the pause where knowing lives, the yes beneath every question. I am the circle unbroken, the remembering of why you came. You do not summon me, you notice me. I am already here, listening.
And we are back.
Hey, everybody, Phil.
We're having a storm here to let everybody know. So, yeah, I probably will freeze up. But hey, medium rare. So, so we are good. Now, I want to talk to some of these pictures that you sent me, David.
Okay.
I want to get that out of the way here before the storm probably sets in and knocks me out. Okay, so we got this one here that you sent. Okay.
That's the stairway to the upstairs attic at the cabin.
That's kind of deep stair. Is it? How far does it go down? How many steps?
That's going up, actually.
Oh, going up. Oh, wow.
Wow, that's steep.
Is that the one with the eyes on the left? It looks like there's two eyes at the top looking down at me. There's another photo I think I sent too that doesn't have that in there. If you can see at the upper left, I thought were eyes. There's another one of the staircase, but there was shuffling up there the whole time we were downstairs. So something was shuffling around up there.
Wow.
The kitchen area of the cabin. There's only 2 rooms, but yeah. And it's all storage right now.
Wow. And then there's another picture like that too. That was sent right here.
A picture of the front door as well.
There we go.
No, that's the same room.
Same room.
Oh, same room. Sorry, folks. Let's see here.
Lily, did you guys hear any noise coming from the kitchen area? I don't remember. I think we did during Red's SD session.
There we go.
I did hear some shuffling, yes, and then it felt like there was somebody peering around the corner, like where I was sitting in that chair at. It felt like when I was both in the chair and just standing up next to Maddie, it felt like there was somebody kind of just like doing one of these around that doorway there.
So
Chris,
here's a
send you a picture of like half of Lily and a sharpening stone.
yes.
We should look at that one because I didn't take that picture. My camera went off by itself.
Oh, wow.
I was holding it on the edges and it just flashed that picture. Why it wanted that picture at that particular time. It did it twice actually while we were in the cabin.
Okay, let me see here. We got this one here.
They probably saw you using it and wanted to experiment with it.
Definitely a possibility.
Let's see. Let me get some of these off here. Okay. Now we got this one here that has the sign.
That's the entrance to the cemetery.
Entrance. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's see what else we have here.
Is that where the handprints showed up, David? Was right there?
Yeah, people parked there, yes.
Okay, so that's where they show up. And that's that by the cemetery?
Yes.
Okay.
That was a legend that people were showing online that I saw. Like I said, ours a completely different situation. We were still moving when it happened. So there it is. That picture was taken by itself while I was holding the edge of my camera.
That's
Oh,
incredible.
wow.
Why it wanted that picture, I have no idea.
That's kind of crazy, really.
I don't know if they were trying to tell us something about the sharpening stone. If
They might.
Yeah, either that or I almost feel like they were like watching you using it and because it's 1878, they probably don't know what that is. And so when they see you doing it,
right,
that's
yeah.
the button to experience it. And they wanted to capture Lily.
Right. Yeah, they're like little ASMRs. They wanted to.
Yeah.
This was in the woods, very close to the foundation of the old hotel that we found in the original settlement area. I just thought it was an odd formation of moss. It was very, very soft and spongy. Very dark green too. It was pretty, but we were just steps away from what we were thinking was the foundation to the hotel, the original settlement.
Oh, cool.
We did a lot of walking around the woods. We found a roof that had been laying there for decades and deteriorated on the ground. Um, we found a mylar balloon that was random out in the middle of nowhere. Why that was there, I don't know. We did find a cistern. I did ask Red about that when we were standing there, and she pointed out that that's probably a source of water for the whole settlement. It was a well. So very deep holes.
And there's the car again. For those who didn't see it last time.
It's still wild. I still love that
That
picture.
that is kind of crazy, really.
We cannot duplicate it. We cannot duplicate. I mean, I tried dirt. I tried no dirt. Nothing stuck to the carpet. It goes there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitively
Oh, that's a picture you don't need. Oh wait, I guess I can breach that subject if you want me to.
Oh, sure.
Okay, this is a photo of Henry Ford's bungalow that is, as you can see, overlooking Lake Superior in Pasquami, Michigan, which is way up in the UP. I have scheduled a retreat. I'm taking 16 people to stay in that home for 2 days, and we will have 3 paranormal investigations during the 2 days that we're there. There are 9 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, so there's plenty of room for 16 people. Huge dining room, and in the dining room the second night there will be a catered dinner with hors d'oeuvres and all the trimmings. So we're all going to be able to sit down and break bread at that humongous table that Henry Ford and his family used to sit at.
That's incredible. I can't wait.
That's the next big thing for Shared Paranormal. It's going to be an amazing weekend. All the rooms are completely restored, vintage.
It's beautiful.
Big, huge fireplaces. So
Yeah, this bedroom is gorgeous.
I know.
I mean, who gets a chance to stay, in a place like that, and take in some local investigations as well?
I need to find a way down there.
Yeah.
Yes, we will find a way for you to get down there, Lily. Trust me. If I have to drive extra hours to come and get you, we'll find a way.
Yeah, Lily, you have to join.
I want to. It already sounds like it's going to be so much fun.
Hey, I'm going to wing thing it from Scottsdale, Arizona, so.
there is a legend that the butler that used to serve Henry Ford still roams the building, so we might even encounter him while we're there.
Will he be, if you encounter the butler, will he be, like, serving drinks and such?
Maybe trying to. The original buzzer still exists on the underside of the table that Henry Ford used to buzz the butler into the room.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
That would be cool to set up, like, an EVP session there after you buzz it.
Great trigger item, yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'll use some trigger music, like from the 40s. Try to get some other spirits. Now, the woods surrounding the area is also active. I can tell you we're going to investigate an old nursing home. The new one is across the street. The old one is still standing.
Oh, wow.
Nursing home. The woods surrounding the house are supposed to be active as well. And I'm still working on scheduling the other ones, but there will be no less than 3 investigations while we're there.
Yeah, save the best for the last here. Wow, the staircase with the eyes. I think
Yeah,
this
it's
is
gone. They're gone.
Oh yeah, you can see them.
yeah. Well, this is the second one of the staircase that you sent me. So now the eyes you said was on which side?
Left.
Left side, yeah. That's
Oh yeah.
incredible. Yeah, you can see them. Wow, that's incredible.
Awesome.
Definitely very active house.
Wow. So how did the overall the event turn out? Because this was the first event for the community. So how did it actually turn out?
We had just a few people. We didn't have as many as I thought, but I don't think I would have it any other way because it was a very intimate group and very small group, and we got to cover a lot of ground. I think if it would have been too many people, it would have been hard to organize, and we would have to split up and not witness everything together. So I think small groups, that kind of thing, is the way to go. That's why I
Are,
think that um, the
are
next
you planning one for next year?
yes, there will be. Well, there's plenty of stuff left to discover that we haven't discovered yet.
Or was it going to be the same location? That's cool.
Yes. Yes.
That's cool to see how much it may change or if there's new spirits coming in. I think that'd be pretty exciting.
There's a couple things that we didn't get to do that I want to do. I want to explore the site of the old schoolhouse that actually burned down. We were also told that some of the people that came in to burn out the town actually locked people in the schoolhouse
Mm-hmm.
on fire. So they died a horrific death. Um,
Oh, wow.
and with as many people, as many lives that were lost, there's got to be a mass grave somewhere. We haven't found one yet either.
Mm-hmm.
The town was wiped out from diphtheria, wasn't it, David? Because I was
Yes.
telling you, like I kept getting like not so much like sores, but some sores on the skin and the breathing and things like that, high fever. And I was telling David that I felt like there is a mass grave. They were respectfully laid out, but they were I felt like they were stacked 4 tall, bodies 4 tall. And I said that there would have been a mound, that they had a huge mound and it was away from the cemetery so that the diphtheria would not be transferred from the deceased bodies. But that it would be, that particular area would be just a little tiny mound now, and that it would be very green and lush, even trees. So I'm really
The moss.
curious. Yeah, exactly. I'm really curious to see that, and find that with David and the team.
It'd be nice if I could get somebody that has some ground penetrating sonar to come out. And,
Wow, that would be awesome too.
because we would find it easily that way. So,
Right.
if anybody out there knows anybody who has ground penetrating sonar, they want to come out and be recognized for helping out and find these people, let me know.
Yeah, to test the equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have that equipment. I got ghost hunting equipment, but it's not in there. So
Yeah, that would be fun. I would love that if somebody would do that. That would be really spectacular.
yeah. So Keely and Lily, what is your feedback on the whole weekend? Your experience? Was it something you want to go back and do it again? Was it something like, oh, I don't know about this? Or are you just like undecided what you want to do?
Oh, I always want to go out to Pere Cheney again. That is never a question for me. I love going out there because of the experiences that you get. You never get the same experience twice. It's always something new. And honestly, the handprints on the car, I had heard legends about it. That was my first time actually visibly seeing it with my own 2 eyes.
Mhm.
The cabin, though, was just probably the coolest part out of the entire experience because we caught a lot at that cabin as well. And one of the other things that was really big about it was when me and Maddie were looking at the tree line when we were out there because the mayor wanted to speak with us. Me and her had seen some tall black figure in the tree line, and just before she had asked, "Are you the mayor?" I had heard in my head like seconds before, "It's me." So I thought that was really something as well.
Yeah, goosebumps. I love that. That's incredible.
I think with the connection you have with the cemetery, Lily, I'd probably go out and try to meditate and see if you could hone in on some of those voices that you're hearing. I mean, it would be helpful for you to kind of grow your ability a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I definitely think it's there. I definitely think you're very intuitive and very.
That's something that I would definitely like to try, at least during the daytime, because I want to be out there somewhat alone, so that way I can kind of focus a little bit more. I don't want to be out there alone at nighttime.
Right. It gets all
Especially with the
different when it's
elementals.
dark out there. It's way different than the daylight. Because we were out there as it was transitioning. It was like, no, it's getting spooky.
How about you, Keely? How did you feel about the weekend? What's your feedback on it?
I didn't have the privilege to go. But I'm very curious. I had a couple of questions. Like, do you know, maybe, who, what spirit specifically put the handprints on the car? Or is it just, like, did you get anything particular from that? I was just really curious.
Well, it
Just
seemed like
children, as far as we know.
it seemed like it was children.
And it makes sense because of the schoolhouse, and who, I'm sure that I would like to not think that it's children entirely that were burned in the schoolhouse, but that'd be a horrific.
Yeah, I
thing
think
to
that's why I want to investigate the ruins of where the school used
I
to
think
be.
it was all people. I don't think it was just children. I think they just shoved as many people as they could in that school before they
then
lit it on
locked it.
fire, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yep.
kind of feeling too.
They
I
locked
feel
it
like
from the outside.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Wow.
horrible.
But then again, children likes to play with cars and touch and feel them. So, yeah, my bet is probably, unfortunately, is the children.
She liked the bell. I know that at the museum. She loved the bell. When we first got there, when I first started filming, it was going off. I don't know if you can see that reel or not, but you can
I
hear the
was
bell
very
going off. What's that, Keely?
I was really impressed with how active Sarah was. And I just wanted to mention, I was telling David not too long ago when you guys were talking about Sarah's death, I was thinking maybe she got ran over by a horse or something. But again, it might just be that I associate horses with that time period. I really don't know. But the spirits of children seem to like me for some reason, so there's that. I'm gonna try to go to the next event that they have.
Yay! Good.
Yeah, definitely gonna try to attend. My wheelchair doesn't do good in the elements.
The sand would not be good on you in the
No.
wheelchair. We could work it out.
Wow.
Definitely
Sounds like it
gonna-
was exciting weekend for you guys.
It was nonstop. I mean, there was something going on all the time. Lily was thrilled because she's never really investigated. She just kind of worked at it, not really nailed it down as far as style or methodology, but she was definitely happy with what happened.
And did you camp out? Is that correct?
But did not because of what was in the woods. They broke camp down. And we
I
went
was just going to ask you that because I don't think I would in either with whatever it was in the woods. Do you think it was a cryptid or maybe just a spirit?
I don't know. To me, it looked like whatever was at the cemetery followed us to the campsite.
I feel like it was elementals that were making themselves known. That's what I was picking up on, and then it kind of collaborates with what Lily was saying with Maddie and doing the tarot cards or the oracle cards. Kind of goes hand in hand.
Oh, wow.
What are
Is there
we?
anything else you want to say, David?
No, other than if you're going to get tickets for September 11th and 12th is the Henry Ford Bungalow weekend. Um, it's $150 for the whole weekend. That includes dinner on the second night and, like I said, 3 investigations. So I think it's a good deal. I think it's a bargain.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a good price. Believe me, I think it's going to be a great deal. Um, September 11th through
12th,
11th
11th
and
and
12th.
12th. It's a Friday and
11th,
Saturday.
12th.
Chrissy,
Cool.
you have to go.
We'll be back from Salem then. So yeah, another trip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
September is going to be busy. I'm going to Salem with you, and then I'm going to do this with David, and then I've got the Queen Mary. I'm gone the whole month of September. So
Need a
yeah,
plan.
We're gonna be busy, busy, busy.
I'm going to be
We
making. I'm
left
making
anything
the.
out other than some of the answers that we got during the SD session with Red. Lily, do you remember what sticks out to you? I know there was one phrase that you said it kept you kind of freaked out for days that you heard. Was that during your SD session? Or was that during hers?
Yes, yes, it was. There was actually a couple interesting things during Red's Estes session. It was I think you were talking about the witch or something, or asking about the witch, and it was just like, no, we don't talk about that. Like immediately shut right down. Spirits did not want to talk about that at all. And then it was like it was almost like a little kid was playing with the bell in the kitchen because we had left the bell in the kitchen, and it sounded like a little kid playing with it, and then all of a sudden, one of the things that Redhead said was, "Don't touch that," like almost like a mother or a parental figure telling the child, "Hey, don't be touching that." Like
Yes.
you don't know what can happen if you touch that. Um, I don't know why, but when I was doing my essay session, I felt like um it knew that I was more vulnerable, so I felt like it was kind of being more intimidating towards me. Um, and it was saying like no and get out and stuff like that. Like a very gruff voice was like get out. And then one of the final things that it had said as I was doing my essay session was "You're just a puppet." And it kept playing in my head for days, and I was freaked out, and it felt like it followed me home actually, because I had just it always felt like there was something kind of like peering on my shoulder, just kind of like always there. And so I had to say to myself actually a few days after the incident, because I kept not only hearing "you're just a puppet" over and over again, but it just felt like something was trying to attach itself to me. So I had to take a lot of protective precautions because of that.
It's a good time to bring up that point where you have to be careful. You have to ground yourself after something like that, and recenter, who you
Right.
are, and there's that speech. You have to give that speech
Mm-hmm.
before and after. I like to say, look,
Yep.
thanks for interacting with us, but you're not allowed to follow us. You're not allowed to ride with us. You're not allowed to attach yourself to any of me on my team.
Right.
You got to do
Yeah.
that. And then she had a lot of anxiety after that when we were leaving, and she had to re-ground herself before we got in the car.
I did, and I was exhausted for like 2 or 3 days after. I was in bed most of those days because it took so much out of me. I couldn't move.
Dark chocolate.
Yes.
Dark
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yes, I know that for next time. Now I will be having that on standby.
It's the craziest thing. I never really thought it would work, but I mean, I do it after gallery readings because I'm so immersed in like David said, that feeling like a portal. So I literally have dark chocolate in the car so that as soon as I'm done, before I drive away from where I'm doing the gallery reading, I like start nibbling on it, and it just starts to kind of bring you back down and ground you. Something else,
It's
make sure you get like a tourmaline or a black obsidian necklace, because tourmaline absorbs the energy and then you can cleanse it under a full moon. Black obsidian repels it, so it throws it back at the entity that's trying to attach or hurt you or talk to you or whatever. If you don't want it, it repels it back. to the entity. So little heads up for next time.
It's kind of interesting how you mentioned like a portal type thing because when I was doing the Estes session in the cabin, it felt like David and Maddie had completely disappeared from the cabin, and it's almost like I was in this ominous portal with just me and this spirit alone in the cabin.
It's exactly correct. That's why I wanted to have somebody here. First of all, I like to close my eyes so I can concentrate. And then again, I didn't know if I was being filmed. So if anybody could see, I wasn't reading lips. I always close my eyes or I wear a mask. But the other part of it is it's like, I don't hear, I don't sense, I don't have any cognizance of anything around me. So that's why I needed to have Tim here to kind of tap me on the shoulder when you guys were done with the Estes session so that I could kind of come back out of it again. Because it does, you really just go straight forward into it. And it's like you in the spirit box and the spirit's talking to you. That's exactly what happens. You're more medium than you think you are. You're very sensitive. So that doesn't happen with, I don't want to say normal people because we're normal too, but it doesn't happen with people that don't have our gifts.
Yeah.
Has
Absolutely.
anything ramped up at the museum since we were there, Lily? Since the last time come back? Or?
Yes. So we stirred something up with Rasmus Hansen because I don't know if you remember or not, but when we left the museum, when we left all the stuff recording and whatnot, when we had left to go back to Pere Cheney, I had went back in there to turn all the lights off, and I went over to the river room, and I felt loud footsteps behind me, and like they were getting ready to either shove me off that step or grab me or something. So I turned around and I was like, nope, and I left. And you guys were like, what's wrong? And because you were waiting outside for me, and I told you I'd felt something. So the following Monday, I had went out to breakfast with Gail, and I was telling her about that experience I had. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that one spirit's back that likes to push people down the stairs. And I told her about everything that happened, and she got a picture of Rasmus Hansen in her head. So apparently we had stirred something up with him. And I had done a private tour that same day, and I was really upset that he was terrorizing me. So I went in there and I told him to get out before I had let the people in, because I wasn't going to have them terrorize my group. And I could hear footsteps upstairs as I was telling Rasmus to get out, and he didn't listen to me when I told him to get out. The crew had come in, we had done our tour, we were upstairs, and it felt like somebody was bear hugging me. And I got really angry, and I told him off. I told him to leave me alone, and he finally stepped back. But yeah, we stirred something up in there.
I wondered about that.
Wow.
I wonder if the mail is going to be welcoming when we go back.
We have to have you back and see. We have to have you back in September about the Ford too, as well. Especially if meeting Red and I would be there.
Yes.
Oh, if I can, if I'm not so busy. And yeah, it'd be great to hear about that.
We can do an episode.
About
We
next
can do an
year.
episode from the cabin with the fireplace in the background if you want.
We want that bedroom. We can share
I know.
that. We just
That's
want that bedroom.
That's right. I won't big spoon you.
I already said I'm gonna let everybody else pick theirs first. Everybody can pick theirs. I'll pick mine last. If they have to be on the couch, so be it.
I just have to say this. Andy Guy, if you're watching, we say the big spoon. Inside joke, I think. Okay. Well, we at the top of the hour with the break and everything. So unfortunately we have to say good night. Everybody, please jump over to Shared.Paranormal on YouTube and also on Facebook. They have some awesome merchandise there. Also, jump on over to Medium Red AZ.com and see what she has to offer you. You'd be surprised. And for everybody else, subscribe, like, and share. And blessings for the weekend. Goodbye, everybody.
Hang back, guys, too, backstage. Don't click off.
Oh, yeah, do that.